Hey, thanks so much. I'm great.
Now, you are one of the most exciting young fighters out there in mixed martial arts right now. I have been following your career for a heck of a long time. What got you started doing the MMA thing?
Well, I grew up in martial arts since I was about 4 or 5 years old. My whole family was pretty much linked up in martial arts. So my dad's one of my coaches. He's coached me since I was a little kid. Been my trainer. And my older sister, Colby Northcutt, she's also a fighter. My younger brother, he's going to be a fighter. He's been training his whole life. So it's kind of like a family thing. But I'm going to be fighting for one championship, and I'm looking forward to fighting in May.
Well, this is a unique opportunity that you've been handed. You've gone from the UFC. You're now. You have a heck of a background to get things going. What is the one thing you're most excited about this one championship fight coming up?
Well, I guess one thing I'm most excited for, not only is it my debut for one championship, but I'm looking forward to meeting all the new fans. And getting to fight overseas, too, is super fun. I've done it since I was a little kid, but now getting to fight professionally overseas, that's going to be such a blast. So I think those two things are some of the most exciting things I'm looking forward to, the fans and fighting overseas.
We have got Sage Northcutt with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast here on iHeartRadio and AMFM247.com, TalkShoe as well. We are speaking with the American professional mixed martial artist Sage Northcutt, and he signed with one championship. He's going to be competing in the lightweight division, and you are a very accomplished MMA athlete, my friend. Before you got into MMA, you became the youngest person ever to be on the cover of Sport Karate magazine at the age of 9. Talk to me about that experience, man.
Yes, sir. So thanks so much. I grew up doing karate. That was my first martial arts that I studied. So I'm a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo, also 4th degree in Kaji Kimbo. So since I was a little kid at 4.5 years old, I started doing karate, martial arts, and traveled all around the world. I became the youngest person to ever be on the front cover of the Sport Karate magazine. Then became the youngest person to be the Black Belt Hall of Fame, which is a great accomplishment.
Yes.
And I've trained the karate since I was a little kid, and now it's pretty cool. Now I'm able to apply the karate, but mix it in with the MMA. So getting to apply that footwork, that movement, the striking with takedowns and wrestling. So it's just a blast.
We've got Sage Northcutt with us today. He is a very, very impressive young man. He is fantastic, and he joins us today here on the telephone. And he made his MMA debut. He had won several, in fact, 77 World Youth Championships in karate before he got into the world of MMA. He started out with Legacy Fighting Championship. You had a very impressive amateur record of 5-1. You then went on and turned pro and racked up a 5-0 record in 16 months. Talk to me about that, because that's pretty impressive, my man. There's a lot of MMA fighters that would be jealous of that record.
Oh, you know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The interesting thing is that I grew up doing the martial arts and fighting. So fighting for the UFC, fighting amateur and professionally, pretty much the whole time in high school, and then in college, studying to be an engineer. So really, I was kind of going off, I guess, any athleticism, any kind of martial arts experience that I had growing up as a little kid. But other than that, I never really got to train the MMA aspect. So since my last 3 fights have really been different, it's been a change. I've been able to train at an actual MMA gym, Team Alpha Male, here in Sacramento, California, getting to focus all my time now that I've taken a break from school on the fighting, and now I'm getting ready to have my fight May 17th with one championship, my debut for one. So I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be awesome, and getting to showcase the martial arts I've been working on. So it's been a lot of fun.
I think that's awesome. Sage Northcutt with us today. He's going to be debuting for one championship here in the month of May, and you're going to be fighting overseas. that crowd that One Championship caters to, they're completely different than some of the MMA crowds around the country and around the world. Just being in that atmosphere, what are you most looking forward to that?
Oh, can you say that one more time?
The atmosphere. With One Championship, because they have a different kind of crowd than UFC and some of these other folks. A very respectable, crowd and everything. What are you most looking forward to about meeting some of the new fans and things over there when competing in One?
Oh yeah, definitely. So the crowd is definitely different. You got that right. Overseas, depending on where you're fighting, like I've heard over in Tokyo or Japan, the crowd's real quiet. And then when something happens, they cheer and they get quiet again. And it'll be like dead silent. So I've had friends tell me that when they're actually out there, you can hear your own heartbeat.
That's fantastic.
It's that quiet. But having the Asian population and their respect for the martial arts and their culture, I think it'll be so much fun because they really respect the martial arts, true martial arts. So it's more not just about it's not about the trash talk and who can talk the biggest game. It's about really people going out there, showcasing their skills, seeing their life, kind of like their character, how they grew up, the things they've been through, things they've accomplished, and getting to see them actually like almost like a superhero, and taking
That's
that
awesome.
into the ring or the octagon or the cage and getting to fight out. So it's really cool.
Sage Northcutt with us today. He joins us live. He's going to be competing for One Championship in May. Now, this fight's going to be in Singapore, correct?
Yes, sir. It's going to be in Singapore, May 17th, and it's going to be great.
I think you're going to have a blast over there because it's a completely different crowd, like you were saying. One thing that I do want to get your thoughts on is this. I did a little bit of a Google search before we did the interview, and there is.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you on this Logan Paul, Jake Paul thing? Is that ever going to happen?
I don't know. I think they're too scared. It takes a lot of guts to get out there and fight. I know they had a boxing match, but they boxed against another YouTuber. So
I know they did this. I didn't even know this existed until this came across the news wire. I'm like, there's a YouTube boxing championship. There's YouTubers fighting each other. What?
Right? Hey, you know what? It is cool though that they're trying to get out there and fight. I know everyone wants to be able to fight. And
yeah.
Even back in the day, everyone wants to be the toughest guy. So
yes.
Like gladiators back then.
Yes.
So no doubt, I think definitely them doing that's pretty cool. But I don't know. Like he said, I think Logan Paul said that he would need a lot of training. So and I don't doubt that because I train my butt off every single day and
Well, last I checked, you're like on a 3-fight win streak. So yeah, that they need some training.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Now, we're talking with Sage Northcutt today. He is going to be part of a One Championship on May 17th in Singapore. Now, when you signed with One, did you sign for a certain amount of fights, or did you sign for like a certain amount of years? How did that go?
You know what? I need to ask my manager and my coaches because I know they discussed it. Yeah, so I'll have to talk to them about it and ask them. But all I'm looking forward to is fighting and having a blast out there.
That's
and
awesome.
Not only fighting the MMA, but also being able to have the opportunity to fight kickboxing and Muay Thai. So that'd be really fun.
Well, I think you're gonna have a blast with this, and we have got Sage Northcutt with us today. Now, of your couple losses that you've had in your career in mixed martial arts, what was the most shocking or hardest one to deal with?
Well, you know what? I don't really look at like a loss being something that's like super hard to deal with. I think it's like a learning experience pretty much, and I always wanted to go out there and impress the fans, even when I shouldn't have fought. I moved up a weight class. One of my fights in the UFC, fought some tough guys, and it was on short notice, on like a 3 days notice when I was scheduled to fight at 155. I was extremely ill, and actually had to get my tonsils ripped out of my throat, and my throat burned, soldered my throat, so that way I didn't bleed out, because I was so sick with with strep throat, because I was, so if you look at it, I had 5 fights in the UFC at lightweight, 155. I'm naturally a walk around very lean, and for me to make 155 is very tough for me. So I was pretty much putting myself near like a near-death experience every time I was making weight. And when I did that, I was getting my body fat so low, because I already walk around very lean, that it was really making me very ill, very sick. So
holy smokes.
I wasn't really getting to showcase my skills, and I carried that sickness kind of throughout my whole entire fighting career in the UFC until my last 3 fights. I got my tonsils removed before that. So really, I just took from it that things happen sometimes. Even though I went out there and fought sick, and I shouldn't have maybe, and I was ill and had to get my tonsils removed, I took from it that things come up sometimes, and you can either push through them or you can't. I'm always the kind that pushes through them, but sometimes you need to take a step, pause, and really evaluate the situation and go the best route with it.
Fantastic. We have got Sage Northcutt with us today, May 17th in Singapore. He debuts for One Championship, and we, of course, are streaming this on iHeartRadio and AMFM247.com today, and also we're sending out a little bit of a video feed on Facebook Live. I did have someone in our audience ask me a question that I wanted to pass along to you. Okay. The world champion kickboxer, Dave Cummings, is watching this interview. And Dave wants to know if you would fight an old man, Muay Thai rules. He said, I will come out of retirement for that one.
Oh, man. Not to be disrespectful. I need to go watch the videos. I don't know him by his name.
Yes.
I'm sure I've probably seen him fight, but yeah, no. With One Championship, I can actually go out there and fight Muay Thai or fight kickboxing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You can go do that kind of stuff.
Anyone. I've never said no to fighting a specific guy or a specific opponent. So I'm out there. I'm a fighter, and my coach decide.
That's awesome.
Decide what the best play is, but yeah, no. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Okay, well, Sage Northcutt with us today. He joins us live. He's going to be part of One Championship in Singapore in May. Now, on the opponent that you've got for this, did you basically just you and your management go to One and say, hey, find us somebody, or did you have preferential treatment in who you wanted to fight first go out? How did this work for you?
No special treatment or anything. So I signed a contract with One Championship, and they have me scheduled a fight. I'm fighting my opponent, Cosmo Alexander. I think he's a several-time world kickboxing champion, very accomplished striker. I believe he trained at the Black Zillions. I'm not sure on and off or full-time. I'm not sure, but he's 7-1 as a pro, and he's had hundreds of kickboxing fights. So yeah, no special treatment. The One Championship. I guess their matchmaker is the one who schedules a fight with my coaches, and I can't wait to fight. I'm looking forward to it so much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, Sage, before we let you go, my friend, because I know that your time is limited because you're in the gym and everything else, and but before of you.
Oh yeah, so my Instagram is Super Sage Northcutt. My Twitter and my Facebook is just that's mostly what I use my social media whenever I'm posting stuff, and I will be posting some really cool training videos coming up because cracking down on the training, getting ready for my fight May 17th. So yeah, Super Sage Northcutt for Instagram and Sage Northcutt for Twitter and Facebook.
Fantastic. Well, good luck on the fight, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have fun in Singapore, and it's been an honor and a privilege to talk to you today, my friend.
Oh, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, Sage.
You too.
Appreciate it, brother. There he goes, Sage Northcutt. He's going to be part of One Championship. We've got more coming up on the other side. You're listening to the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast on iHeartRadio and AMFM 247.com.